Hello. Before we begin, don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more content like this. And if you like this video, share it and hit the like button. It helps a little. It helps. Okay, back with the just roll it.
There are worlds and there are worlds, and never the twain should meet. But one day, someplace between here and there, reality makes a left turn at Albuquerque. This is the story of that day. The day when east meets west, up meets down, day meets night. And the DC superheroes meet the Looney Tunes. It starts in Metropolis with two reporters in search of a story.
The report said a strange airplane, about the size of a city block, was sighted over this area. You think the Toymen might have been involved?
From the description of those witnesses, maybe. But that's just a hunch.
I wish there were a place around here I could get a cup of coffee.
Only thing around here is this empty lot.
The lady wants coffee? No problemo.
Who said... Oh, not Mr. Mxyzptlk again. Back to cause trouble?
Not I, mild mannered one. I've taken up gardening. First, we dig a little hole, like this. Then, we drop in a coffee bean. Pay attention, there may be a test later. And then we water the area and wait.
But it also starts in a forest on the edge of some other city in some other universe, where one hunter is in search of a wabbit.
This is the day I finally bagged that wascally rodent.
Intrepid, ain't he? What is this, his 10,000th attempt? What do you know? It's only 9,993. Guess it seems like more, on account of all the reruns. Oh well, might as well get it over with. Nothing good on my satellite dish tonight anyway.
La-dee-dee-dum-dee-da. This is me waiting. Dum-dee-da-da, Dum-dee-da.
Okay, Mxyzptlk. What brings you from the fifth dimension this time?
Oh, just shaking things up.
It's an earthquake!
No, it isn't. It's whatever he's planted, and it's growing.
From below it rises, the menace that is already spreading across the land.
A coffee and espresso store? Like those they have in the malls?
That is one of those shops they have in the malls.
Hey, it came out great, considering I forgot to add fertilizer, or cream and sugar. And I can keep going like this till Superman gets me to say my name backward, just like the first time we crossed paths.
Boy, these things are popping up everywhere.
I asked for a triple mocha, fat-free decaf cappuccino. You gave me a double cinnamon latte with a lemon twist.
Sorry, lady.
I have more seeds to sow. Bye!
Maybe I can get rid of him quickly, and then resume looking for that giant plane.
All right, Rabbit. I've got you trapped in your very own living room. Come out, or I'll blast you.
Oh, Harriet. Hiya, Sunshine. What you doing?
What does it look like I'm doing? I'm hunting a long-eared rabbit. You won't get away, Mr. Rabbit. I have you surrounded all by myself.
Okay, but this time I'm gonna time you. This could be a record.
Hey, wait a minute. You tricked me for the last time, Wabbit!
9 hours and 20 minutes. I was right. A new personal best.
I'll grow a copier place over there and a submarine sandwich shop over there. Oh, and one of those places that sells car parts. This is great! Cinnamon bun bakeries, Chinese food takeout stands. Maybe I'll grow a chain of computer stores where the salespeople have no idea how anything works.
He's growing his stores all over the city, displacing other buildings. Metropolis is starting to look like one giant strip mall. Looks like my little friend is working the counter in this mini-market. Our deal is, if I can get him to say his name backward, he'll go back to his home dimension. This is going to require out-tricking the fellow.
Uh-oh. Looks like I ran out of road before Fudzy ran out of bullets. Say, Doc, I don't suppose that you'd grant a rabbit, a last wish. Mine is not to be shot.
You're twapped like a wat. Say your prayers, long ears.
Where's the blam? I was expecting a
Blam!
not that I don't love surprises.
What happened to my bullets?
Posies? Oh, brother, the whole world's going soft. I did it. Pretty feeble gag, huh?
Who's this?
Looks like a turkey who swallowed an umbrella.
Hey, don't you know a dodo when you see one? In fact, I'm the last of the dodos. I used to be Lord Heim of a place called Wacky Land. I played tricks on everyone who ventured there, until one day... Even I know you can't annoy folks who live in condominiums. They have too many other problems. I grabbed up a dimensional transporter and came to this world. I've been playing tricks on people here, but it's becoming impossible. The people are becoming weirder than I am. You can't annoy people in a world full of computers and cable TV and cheesy politicians. Why even try? I've been trying to use my dimensional transporter to find another world, but it's not working. It needs something to jumpstart it. Dodo inventions never work well. Maybe that's why we're extinct.
Hold on, laughing boy. I have an idea.
Where are you taking me, may I ask?
To my friendly neighborhood newsstand. We need a copy of Superman.
Moments later.
That's right. I'm going to cover this landscape with useless convenience stores. And not just this country either. I'm going to turn all of Greenland into one big frozen yogurt shop. Welcome, customer. We're just getting set up here. I haven't put the sneeze guards on the salad bar yet.
I could come back.
No, we keep everyone waiting. It's part of the convenience store tradition. What'll it be? A $30 loaf of bread? Or a $75 can of cat food?
No thanks, just these snack cakes. I brought the wrong glasses, but I hate artificial ingredients. What's in these?
Boy, they make the print tiny. Ferrosulfate, thiamine mononitrate, sodium kiltipsesium, pyrophosphate. Uh-oh. You super rat! You super crumb! You tricked me!
Yep, you know our deal. You disappear back to the 5th dimension, and as usual, everything he whipped up is disappearing along with it. Things are back to normal. Or as normal as they ever get around here. I'd better pick up Lois and get back to the planet. I'll look for that big mystery plane later.
Soon.
There's this imp with a name I can't pronounce. He has to go back to his own world if he's tricked into saying his name backwards.
Really? Who publishes this comic book?
It's from my favorite company, Ode Comics.
Ode Comics?
It's Dodo for now boarding.
Hey, my transporter's working. That was a little kick I needed. Bye-bye, and thanks.
Arrivederci. Right if you get wake. Hey, Fudsy, let me have the gun.
All right. Now, what were we doing before we were interrupted?
I believe I was hunting Elmer's. Ha
Are you sure this is what we were doing?
Absolutely.
At that moment,
I always hate the trip back to the 5th dimension. No in-flight movie, no restroom. I don't even give you an airsick bag.
Somewhere, I'll find someone I can play tricks on. What good is a dodo and no one before me?
Oh! You can say that again. Oh! I didn't mean that literally. Don't tell me. Let me guess. Some pea-brained superhero tricked you into saying your name backwards.
No, there are no superheroes in the world I came from. Just rabbits, ducks, pigs.
A world with no superheroes? You've got to help me get to this place.
Well, maybe if we can find some parts and pull out areas of expertise, we can use parts from my transporter.
What are we waiting for? Let's go! There's gotta be a lab or some sort of part shop on this world.
many hours later.
We've never had this kind of interdimensional science in this dimension.
Well, I think that's it. You ready for the test flight?
Just rabbits and pigs, you say?
And a Tweety or two. I'll monitor the progress of your trip.
It ought to be a breeze to make trouble in a world with no Superman. Just silly animals. To quote my new friend, Oof!
Who are you?
My name is Mxyzptlk. Mr. Mxyzptlk to you.
That's not a name. It's a bad hand in Scrabble. Scrabble, that is. Listen to me, son. Spare yourself. Change it. Spare, change. It's a joke, son. And no, I don't have any. Let me welcome you with this here present, son. I'd sing happy birthday, but your name messes up the rhyme.
I don't usually accept gifts from strange roosters, but okay.
Now you're a pioneer. Pie on ear. Get it? It's a joke, son. You missed it. Pie on ear. I'm pitching them, but you're not catching them.
You want me to transport you to someplace else in this world?
Anywhere else?
I'll move you a few miles away, and maybe a bit back in time.
I should have put in for frequent flyer mileage. This dropping in is getting painful. Maybe now I can cause some trouble?
Withal yonder varlet, doth thou challenge D'Artagnan, most expert sword foul of King's English? All for 1, and 2 for 29, 3 for $1, 4 for Texas.
Don't use that sword on me!
What? Don't be criminally naive. Why would I want to soil my sword when I could simply drop the anvil? So much tidier. And it carries more impact. Woohoo!
Oh dear, I better transport him someplace else quickly.
All right now, let me see what I need.
Does know what you need. Need gravy. Side of fries too.
What are you?
Tasmanian devil. See book.
Tasmanian devil, noun. A savage creature that eats bats, rats, cats, dogs, frogs, goats, stoats, fleas, bees, shrimps, and imps. Imps?
Imps low fat. Less filling.
Help! Help! Dodo! If you can hear me, get me out of this world ASAP!
Hey! Taz not ordered to go.
How can I cause mischief in a world full of Tasmanian devils and ducks who drop anvils on people?
That's why I left there.
Now I know how Superman feels when I'm around. I wonder how he'd fare against the Tasmanian devil. If he thinks I'm bad, he's oughta. That's it! The most fiendish, devious, rotten, sneaky, and malicious evil notion ever!
I think someone already invented talk radio.
All night they work to modify the device.
We need to harness the wavelength to your world and link it to the gateway I use to reach Earth.
If this works, maybe I'll try causing trouble on Earth.
And finally...
Move them all over. All of them.
I just peeked at that world. I'm not sure talking ducks will faze them.
And on that other world, character after character gets berserked.
Beep! I'm vanishing! Ooh, I thought I to avoid that disappearing. And riddle me too.
Great hornetoads! Someone stole my lower half!
And is soon found somewhere along an interdimensional off-ramp.
Where are we? Well, it ain't Dawson's Creek, kiddo!
Took on a freeze. Suffering succotash.
Less than an hour later, not far from the moon.
Something happening on the lunar surface? I'd better take a look-see.
Within moments.
That building sure doesn't belong here. And from the way it's firing flares into space, I'd say someone's trying to attract attention. So, I'll pay him a visit. Hope it's not the Weapons of Quad again, or a Kun Squadron.
Lieutenant K9, someone's spying on me while I prepare to destroy the Earth. Ooh, that makes me simply furious.
There's a perfectly logical explanation for this. And I sure wish I knew what it was.
While out on a desert on Earth.
Someone is chasing me. I don't know who it is, but they can't outrun the Flash. Or maybe he can. I'm giving it all I've got and he's right behind me. Maybe I'd better put the brakes on and confront him. Alright, whoever or whatever you are. You're pretty fast, but... Huh?
Arriba, arriba, ándale! Lo siento, señor Flash. Speedy Gonzales coming through. Epa, epa!
Speedy gun what? I knew I shouldn't have eaten that last cheese burrito.
And in a midtown apartment.
There. Nice kitty. You love me, don't you?
How about that? The town's biggest gangster likes cats. But he mumbles so much. If I can't hear the guy, how can I spy on him and find out what he's up to? Unless... this one could give me a hernia. But I can get a lot closer to him in the shape of a pussycat. Now I'll just slip inside, avoid the litter box, and...
Ah, ma chérie. Let me take you away from all these. Let me take you to the Cosmo.
No! No! I'm not a cat! I'm a superhero. A very confused superhero.
Some women would try anything to appear, how do you say, hard to get, no?
And in Gotham City.
If that stoolie was telling the truth, the Penguin is holed up in room 407. I'll get the jump on it. End of the line. You're going back to the slammer where you belong. Penguin? What's going on here? What's that card? The world's only Hoboken-born penguin. This has got to be some sort of diabolical trick by my arch-enemies. Or something.
All across the country, panicked citizens report an invasion of cartoon characters. While in the lab...
This is great! But I'm not finished! Swap some reality around and replace Superman!
Replace Superman? With who?
Why, with him, of course!
2 universes are now cross-linked, maybe forever. Can things get any worse? Sure they can. Be here for Chapter 2 as the son Elmer J. Fudd becomes the last son of Krypton.